What's up, guys? Marty McFly coming at you, bringing in you the merch. This week, we're going to talk about a couple books I've been reading that I have open, a couple vinyl that I got, and a giant box of, you guessed it, merch from my buddy Logan. I know they're not in it, but I'm still wearing my Steelers jersey. Tampa Bay won. So happy for them, man. Tom Brady, yeah, I'm supposed to hate, the Patriots and anything that's associated with them, but I'm happy for Tampa, man. They've certainly earned it. But this week we're going to talk about a box my buddy Logan gave me. He called me one day, said, "Hey, my brother left me a giant box of, you guessed it, merch," and said, "Do you want to take a look and dig through some stuff?" I said, "Absolutely." So he's a big metalhead. I'm going to bring him on the channel here eventually. We'll try and do a podcast, talk about metal, stuff like that. Behind me, you can see the new Chimera poster I got. On this side, we have my drum head. That was from Circle to Circle. Zach signed that for me when they came to University of South Florida, maybe like a decade ago. They came to the Heavy Metal Club and signed that drum head. Underneath that is a signed poster from the new album Cannibal, and that's by Bury Tomorrow. I think it's their best record in a decade. It's fantastic. But anyway, that giant box of metal, I can't wait to go through it with you guys. There's some classics in there. There's some new stuff. Right now, I got two books that I'm currently reading. First one is No Celebration by David Gelka. He's written a bunch of heavy metal stuff in the past. This is the history of Paradise Lost, everything that goes from the Lost Paradise and Gothic era all the way to present day. If you haven't picked up their new vinyl, Obsidian, I definitely recommend it. It's got everything on there. That new vinyl's got every bit of Paradise Lost history you can imagine. It's got everything from, that Gothic era sound to Nick Holmes's Bloodbath era, which is going on, which I still really like. I definitely enjoy it. To even the new stuff, I mean, even the Medusa album, you got Draconian Times, you got the self-titled record, which is the first time I ever heard Paradise Lost was the self-titled. You got it in Requiem. You got a little bit of everything. Can't recommend that vinyl enough. Anyway, this book is called No Celebration. It's got everything in it, man. It's got pictures of the band. It's got pictures of all the record covers, and they go into detail why each record cover is weird or why it came out the way it did. They kind of go over that weird era, Host, Believe in Nothing, where they kind of did their own little thing with that record label. And I don't hate those records per se. Is it necessarily my favorite? No, but it's still Paradise Lost. It's still a fun time. Can't recommend this book. I flew through it pretty fast. I bought it last year. This is over a year now. Actually, no, I bought this previous Christmas. I read through it pretty quick. Fantastic. Can't recommend it enough. The other book I flipped through around the Halloween time is Trick or Treat: History of Halloween. This is by Lisa Morton. It's got goes everything, as far back as you can go for the history of Halloween. Anything you can possibly imagine, the Druid Celtic era. You're talking about early invasion of Ireland, Scotland, the UK, everything around that era, as far back as you can go. Obviously, it's got pictures. Everything is wonderful in there. Can't recommend this book enough. They even have pictures of like grocery stores in the 70s when candy was starting to get big and when they started doing decorations big again. Right now in the background, you can probably hear this is a Paradise Pal Bear album. I'll get through that in a minute. But again, this book's a pretty quick read. It's only a couple hundred pages. Read it right before Halloween. Put me in the mood. It's my favorite holiday. It's a great read. Can't recommend it enough. What's playing right now? This is Pallbearer with Foundations of Burden. It took me forever to finally get a copy of this bad boy. It's so expensive right now. If you go on, eBay, Amazon, anyone that sells this, it's sold out everywhere. I think is it Profound Lore Records. They put it out on vinyl. Must have only sold a handful of copies because now this is $100 on eBay, and this was a grail for me. I'm happy I got it. I just got really lucky. I think the thing was a little bit bent on that side. And I knew about that, the little damage on the spine. I don't care. I just wanted to hear it on vinyl, and of course, it sounds amazing on vinyl. I'm not the type to spend hundreds of dollars on a vinyl record, not yet anyway. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever have that kind of money, but you got your gatefold, fantastic cover in the middle. But this is Pallbearer. This is kind of, your doom metal. If you're into anything like Solitude Aeternus, Elder, the new band Chemist, which I can't get enough of. This is a little bit of all of that. There's the back, standard edition, black vinyl. I'm really glad I finally got a copy of it. This was a huge grail for me to finally get this. I'm really glad I did. So anyway, let's get to the box. Let's get to some of the stuff my buddy Logan hooked me up with. I'll bring him on here eventually. So we got the best of Johnny Cash. He said he got this from this new record store, that Vinyl and Audio over in Dunedin that I've never heard of, but I drove like an hour away just to go see it. Pretty awesome. Sounds great. No pops. This is definitely old and aged, but it sounds great. And then we have the FM soundtrack. You got everybody from Boston. You got Queen. You got everything on here. Pretty wicked. Both on your standard edition black vinyl. So let's get to the box. And again, thank you so much, Logan. Thanks for hooking me up. I have a lot of stuff to go through. I already have a big enough collection, but I could always use more. So I'm going to whip out a couple at a time. We'll just go from the get-go, all right? So we got Judas Priest, Shadow Wings of Destiny. Did not have a copy of this. Really glad I got it. And of course, it's got The Ripper, which is like one of the songs I'm really excited to hear. We got Skeleton Witch, Beyond the Permafrost. Really, really dig these guys. They actually did a video where they went to the Strand in New York City, and I thought the video was awesome. They just go talk about the books that they really, really liked. These guys are pretty cool, man. This is kind of like thrash, a little bit of thrash and death. We got British Steel, Judas Priest. I did not have copies of these. So it's kind of nice to finally have them. I mean, you know, obviously I had them on MP3. If you were on LimeWire back in the day, I think I had all the Priest albums on there. We got Facelift by Alice in Chains. We got Dirt by Alice in Chains. You know, I've listened to all of these and I never had copies of them, so it's kind of cool to finally have copies of all these. Like I said, we got a big box to go through, so here we go. Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark. Famously one of their most disliked albums, but still enjoy it. Iron Maiden, Brave New World. We got The Priest, The Remasters. Motorhead, here we go. Ace of Spades, yep. Probably my least favorite song by Motorhead, Ace of Spades. I mean, I saw it live, and I was like, alright, cool. Rest in peace, Lemmy, but I am glad to have some more of their music. Ironically, it's the popular songs I always like the least, but they have some other stuff I really enjoyed as well. Deep Purple. This is The House of Blue Light. Dimmy Borgir, I don't know how the correct pronounce, but Dimmy Borgir, Abrahadabra. I actually listened to this on YouTube a little while back. It's dark, but it's not the really lo-fi black metal. This is symphonic black metal. I don't know what you want to label it as. I'm sure people have names for everything, but I actually enjoyed this quite a bit. Dimmy Borgir, Death Cult Armageddon. This was one of the first albums I think I downloaded on LimeWire back in the day. Pretty good. More of that symphonic black metal. Insorti Diaboli by Dimmy Borgir. I actually have a copy of this, but this is the deluxe edition. We have a bonus DVD on here. This was the first Dimmy Borgir album I actually bought with my own money. I actually really liked it. They have some clean vocals on there, and it actually sounds great. Def Leppard, Pyromania. Can you ever not have this album in your collection? Now I do. Alright, something I noticed that there was a big collection of. There's a lot of Cradle of Filth albums on here. So Dusk in Her Embrace by Cradle of Filth. Behemoth. The Apostasy. I actually don't own any Behemoth albums, but I saw them live at Mayhem Festival a long time ago, and man, you were talking about a couple of dudes that really stole the show. I mean, the makeup, just loud, angry guitar tones. I was a big fan. One I forgot to bring up, we have Terra Incognita by Gojira. This is a new thing for me. I saw them with Metallica. This is like a decade ago. I saw Gojira with Metallica and Lamb of God. They played at over the Tampa Bay Arena. Big fan. I hate using the word groove metal, but I don't even know what you know. This is just heavy metal to me. This is just metal. Very glad to have a copy of their music. So there are some gems in here, and judging by the cover of this, I actually have a new one, but I don't have an old copy of this. But judging by the cover, this has got to be a first press. Black Sabbath, with the song, of course, Black Sabbath. So this looks like it's got to be a first press. I got to look at the label and everything, but this is old. This is an old, worn-out cover. I'm curious to see how old this is. I don't even care what things are worth. I just think it's cool just to have something. Sodom, Agent Orange. I think Heaven Shall Burn actually did a cover from these guys called Agent Orange as well. If you haven't listened to Heaven Shall Burn, do so. I think I saw somewhere that someone put them under the metalcore label, and to me, it's just metal. I mean, maybe there's some soft songs with some clean vocals in there, but I guess if that's what we're going to label things, it's just metal. I mean, to me, it's heavy, it's angry, it's pissed off. I love it. Kind of cool to have some Sodom records finally, because I don't have anything from them. And Don't Break the Oath by Merciful Fate. I don't have this. This is actually pretty wicked to have on CD. And more Sodom. We got... Can't even read this. The Final Sign of Evil by Sodom. Ooh. Here we go. Iron Maiden Killers. I don't have it on CDs, surprisingly enough. Kind of glad to have it. Nirvana Bleach. My buddy Logan said he actually had all the other Nirvana records on there, and his buddy bought those too. That's cool, man. To have a copy of Bleach, I'm alright with that. appreciate what those guys did. Bittersweet to Succubi, Cradle of Filth. I told you we were going to get some Cradle on here. And then, wow. Alright. So, House of God by King Diamond. So there's a lot of King Diamond in this box, I've noticed. My brother's a huge King fan. He's seen them a bunch of times. I've never got the pleasure of seeing them. I've seen their live shows on YouTube and their live DVDs. They do some incredible stuff. I think my favorite album from them is, I don't know, mixed between them, maybe The Eye. You know, that's if I could think of the top albums from them. Heaven and Hell, Black Sabbath. I had this on vinyl. I got a first press on vinyl my brother gave me. I don't have it on CD, though. We're going to keep going. By all means, if, you know, I double speed all my videos. That's how I got through medical school. Double speed your videos, man. If this is boring, double speed, man. If you just want to see what's in the merch, got Mob Rules, Sabbath. Cannibal Corpse, Tomb of the Mutilated. This looks like a first press, you know, where the actual parental advisory logo is almost as big as the original. This looks like a first press to me. I'm going to have to check that out, though. You know, I'm not very good at telling which one, but this looks pretty aged. But, yep, Tomb of the Mutilated, Cannibal. If you know metal, you know Cannibal. That's all I got to say. Seen them once live. I missed the last time to go see them on their last tour before COVID hit. Like to see them again one more time, though, with George. The first time I saw them was Mayhem Festival. They closed the second stage before As I Lay Dying got on, and the pit for Hammer Smashed Face, I've been in very few pits that were like that. King Diamond, Voodoo. Spider's Lullaby, King Diamond. Told you we got some King, we got some Cradle on here. Cruelty and the Beast, that's actually a fantastic Cradle record. Motorhead, Bomber. So I don't have any Motorhead. I don't own any of their albums, so it's kind of cool to get some of the classics in here. Cradle of Filth. I don't know what that says. Midian. Cradle of Filth, Midian. I've actually didn't even know this record existed. I haven't tried this before. Definitely going to try it now. Anthrax, Spreading the Disease. I know there's some controversy about this record. I've heard it before, but still cool to have some Thrax in there. Alright, and we got the classic, Invasion of Your Privacy by Rat. I like it. It's a fun time. Slayer, Rain and Blood. I actually never had a copy of this either. I'm kind of glad to have a hard copy now, finally in the collection. My favorite record by them, it's tough, man, but when I heard Dead Skin Massacre the first time, it's like, that's the record. That's the record that stole me for Slayer. But Rain and Blood's right up there, man. Alright, Master of Reality, Sabbath. I have this on first press on vinyl. Kind of great to have the CD now. Show No Mercy, Slayer. There we go. So, we got some stuff classics that I've never owned. I'm kind of glad to have now. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son by Iron Maiden. This is not my favorite Maiden record, but you know what? This is non-bitchy reviews. Something I will promise from the get-go. I am not going to bitch, but this is not my favorite Maiden record. Somewhere in Time, the first time I heard Somewhere in Time, that was it. That was the record that stole me away. But Seventh Son, it's good. Very commercial. It's got some great tracks on her. Is it my favorite? No. Not by a long shot. KMFDM. One of my buddies sold me he gave me his giant box of metal as well. And KMFDM was on there. I mean, it's cool. I'm not big into synthwave or industrial. It's just not my thing. Kind of cool to have some of their tunes, though. King Diamond, The Graveyard. I told you, we got merch in here. So, here is a pretty nice little package. This is Made in Germany by Rammstein. This looks like a very big deluxe edition. We got 2 CDs, we got live, we got remixes. We got everything on here. We're almost at the bottom of the box. Metal Church, self-titled, with the song Metal Church. Kind of glad to have a copy of this finally. I actually already own a copy of this. I might give this back to Logan, but this has got 2 discs on it. We got a bonus DVD. But this is Twilight of the Thunder God by Amon Amarth. Probably one of my more favorite records from them, especially Guardians of Asgard. That song live just destroys everything. And then the final track, Embrace of the Endless Ocean. Wonderful closing track. I actually really dig these guys. I mean, the first time I heard the term Viking metal, I'm like, yeah, they literally have songs about Odin. I mean, that's pretty Viking, yeah? Although some people might disagree with what Viking... I don't care. Labels... Dude, I just want metal. That's all I care about. This is non-bitchy reviews. Peace of Mind, Iron Maiden, one of my favorite Maiden albums. It's got the Trooper. Of course, it's going to be good. King Diamond, Them. And then the other King Diamond album, the one I couldn't think of, this is Abigail. This is my other favorite Diamond album. And then we got Enthroned Darkness Triumphant by Demi Borger. Never heard this album. Can't wait to pop it open though. We got bonus tracks. We got live stuff. We got everything on here. And that is the end of the box. I think there's some stuff jiggling around in there. But dude, seriously, Logan, thank you so much, man. Thanks for the giant box of merch that I have to go through now and spend when I'm going to work and hopefully dig through some of these. Really appreciate it. In the background, we still got that Foundations of Burden Paul Bearer record. To some of the guys out there in the heavy metal community, I'm glad you guys made these videos because it inspired me to do it. It's a nice hobby to have. It's just exciting to talk about what I found this week, and I'm sure everybody else feels the same. So, Death Doom Metalhead, Marty Worm, Classic Lonnie Metal, Scott Waters, a lot of you guys. I really enjoy Mark G with a C, especially. Thank you guys for what you do. Kind of inspired me to do my thing. I'm kind of glad I got this opportunity. And you guys stay safe, stay healthy out, and take care of each other, all right? Bye.